The American road trip is a rite of passage for every dad. It's that first real thing you do that makes you understand who your father was. During our Chevy road trip to Atlanta, we thought we'd get a group of our favorite dad bloggers together, talk a little bit about their favorite memories on the road, what they love about being in the car with their family, and just sort of the experience of being that guy. You know what I mean? That guy, the open highway guy, the guy who's got his kids in the back seat and is the master of everything that lays before him. I think it was pretty interesting, so check it out. All right, so I'm Craig Heimbuck. I'm here with Doug French and Jason Avant, the laid-off dad, dad-centric. I'm with Man of the House. We're on our Chevy Dad Conversation test drive. Guys, let's talk about old school car games. Do you play them with your kids?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? I Spy with my little eye. Do kids even, are they even into that anymore?
Alphabet on the street signs.
Really?
Consecutive letters of the alphabet.
You can get them to look up from the DS long enough to do that?
We don't have DSs.
No?
We make them, we don't do that.
How do you feel about in-car entertainment centers?
I appreciate that they exist, and I can see how people would find them good.
Yeah? Kid, we would go on a 12 or 14 hour trip twice a year out to see my grandma, and we didn't have 3 rows of seats like this beautiful car, the new cars of today. It was me sitting between my 2 sisters, and they each had a Walkman, and I didn't. And it was just really uncomfortable and awful. So, I mean, there's options out there, but what about you, Jason? You guys use a in-car movie player or anything like that to keep the kids?
We bought a portable one that was originally intended for airplane use only, and we've taken a couple of long-distance cross-country trips, and we found that the God help us, the portable DVD player has been a lifesaver.
And that's how we started off too. We started off with one that was not built into the car because we weren't sure about it. And we thought, well, it's a little bit less an investment, and then we've got an extra DVD player if need be. And we found that our kids don't really ask for it until they've been in the car about an hour and a half, and then they start going, okay, I'm bored, can I watch a movie? But it's kind of a nice option to have. Now, as for the games in the car, we're trying, but ours are 6 and 3, and the 6-year-old will play, but then the 3-year-old is like, no, baseball. And it's like, well, we can't play baseball in the car, buddy. So. Yeah. How old are your kids, Doug?
8 and 5.
8 and 5. So about the same spread. And Jason, yours are how old?
6 and 2. So we were doing the I Spy thing for a while. My son started doing it probably when he was about 3 or 4, I guess. Only it wasn't very challenging because he hadn't learned letters and such. So it was based on color. So it was basically, I spy something that is gray. The road.
The road.
How'd you know, Dad? Okay, my turn. I spy something that is gray.
The road.
So this would go on.
So you don't even let him win I Spy?
Yeah.
But man, you are all about realism.
This would go on, and we would do this when we were driving up to LA and sitting in rush hour traffic. So then it became, I spy something that is blue. That car. Okay.
For the next 4.5 hours.
That is red. That car. Okay.
But the double gray is genius, though, because you think he's not going to go for the road again.
Oh, no way. No way.
He's totally faking you out.
It's like a head fake.
So we did the games, and then my son, God bless him, discovered knock-knock jokes. Only he doesn't really get the whole concept. So we'll have an hour and a half of knock-knock, who's there? Truck. Truck who? That truck.
Truck eats Cheerios. It's like,
these amazing non sequiturs that are funny only to him.
Yeah, man. But you give him credit for trying, right?
Yeah.
So what about food in the car? Do you guys allow it?
We encourage it.
Encourage it?
Yeah.
At all times? Or just on long trips?
It keeps their mouths from uttering words. Well, they're funny. I mean, our kids are always hungry. They're 6 and 2, so we'll go out and we'll eat a huge meal, get in the car, 5 minutes later, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But on trips, no, because my wife and I, when we've taken these long trips, we don't really want to stop every 10 minutes. So we'll have, peanuts and pretzels and stuff like that, just to keep the kids' hands and mouths occupied.
You bet. Well, it's amazing what a bag of baby carrots can do for a long trip, right?
It's genius.
Yeah, absolutely. We hardly ever get fast food when we're traveling. I mean, you'd think that would be the time to do it, but we don't want to stop for very long either, and we don't want to stop very often, so we try to bring as much with us in the car as we can. and then just kind of legislate by exception. You know, if you need something to drink, you're gonna have to wait until I need gas.